Greetings, everybody. Good stay on the back to the channel. Go back to another video today, guys. All right, now, guys, we are now about to do our 3K subscriber special. We have earned over 3K subscribers about, I think it was like a couple days ago. And as promised, now I asked you guys during the stream, what would you guys like to have as a 3K special? And someone asked, hey, what about a Q&A? And then I asked the rest of the stream, hey, would you guys like a Q&A? Because someone did ask me that before in the comment section. And almost everyone that I can see agreed to that. So I said, okay, fine. Now, this is a little bit out of my comfort zone. This is my first time doing this, so I sincerely apologize if it looks like garbage. But I did get some great questions and everything. So we're going to go ahead and kick right into it. So I don't know if you guys are ready now. Griff Gang. 1, 2, 3. First question, okay? It's from Yoinky Splinky. All right, he says, first of all, congratulations. Your passion for Resident Evil and all positive energy you admit truly make you a one-of-a-kind YouTuber that I'm always excited to see pop up on my feed. That's sweet. Thank you, G. Here are my questions. What camera do you use for recording? It looks really good. Now, the camera that I use is a Logitech Brio. This was, I think this camera was about $200, I think. It's a 4K camera if you can do like 4K at 30 frames per second, but I just wanted a camera that hopefully could look good. I have the old Logitech camera that I used for my videos back in the day. I'm actually using that for work, so if I ever leave my job or anything like that, almost everything I'm on is going back with me. So, but I used to have that, but I have this right now. I don't use the 4K or anything like that, no. I do want a DSLR camera at some point, like a Sony or a Canon or anything, but the Logitech Brio does really well right now. I'm not in the market for another camera, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you said it looks good. Which RE4 enemy type and boss are you most excited to see in the remake? This question has actually been asked me a couple times, and I'll be honest with you guys. The most enemy type that I'm looking forward to, I don't know if you can say enemy type or just enemy. My favorite, the enemy that I'm most looking forward to is the Regenerator. 100% enemy, the Regenerator. Now the boss I am most excited to see in the remake. It's a mix between Krauser and Salazar, and the reason why Krauser is because, I mean, the famous knife fight, like that. You can't beat that. It's not a QTE no more. It's actually an actual fight. So I'm actually very looking forward to that. On top of that, I'm looking forward to Salazar as well because Capcom confirmed that this game can be beat with knives only. And with that, we all know in the original Resident Evil 4, that was impossible to do. So I'm really excited on how they switched up that fight. So those two bosses are like kind of neck and neck. I want to look more forward to. If I had to choose which one is a little bit up top, definitely more Salazar on that type. Is your content going to mainly focus on survival horror-esque games, or do you plan on changing it up every once in a while? Now, this is a very good question. I think some of you guys actually asked that in some of these other questions as well. My channel actually wasn't even made for survival horror or anything like that. My first idea when I made the channel and when I said I wanted to make videos was just play games, and hopefully I'm entertaining enough to earn someone subscribers. So as the channel went on, I started to really love a lot of horror games, which, you know, indie horror games or anything like that, because I'm such a bench when it comes to jump scares. Like, there's a lot of things that I'll get scared at that you guys probably won't get scared at, and it could be funny for some of you guys. At least I hope so. But I absolutely love it. I love getting scared. I love getting jump scared. It's fun. Those games are absolutely fun, especially if it's a good story behind it too. Oh yeah, I funks with it heavy. But my channel is mainly just variety. It's just right now the channel is really popping off for Resident Evil, and Resident Evil is my favorite video game franchise. And a lot of you guys really tune in for those, so I want to give you guys, you know, what you guys are looking for. I hope in due time that you guys will check out a lot of the other videos and actually see like how I came up, not like from my very first video, that's cringe AF, but like see other videos that I have made, and hopefully my personality outside of the horror games and everything will resonate with you guys. But that's a very good question. Yo, thank you very much there, Yoinky Splinky. I appreciate it, man. Next question is Hirsch32. I hope I'm saying that right. But so I actually remember you. I think you actually subscribed to the channel when I actually did my very first RE4 remake reaction, I think. I remember seeing your name, my man. But let's see, he says, congrats, man. Really great to see you growing. Keep it up. Hey, bless you, man. Thank you. My question is, how do you keep yourself motivated, and how do you keep your energy always like that? My motivation to keep going is your guys leaving comments, your guys liking the video. I see the subscriber numbers go up, telling me that people are liking what I'm putting out there, hopefully. And real talk, I really just love doing this. It's fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to play many different games. It gives me an excuse to play many other different games, like the indie horror games, other games that many people may not like or anything. And I just definitely want to broaden my horizon on games. So I'm very motivated to just get in this chair and hit that record button and go. You know, I freaking love it. I'm enjoying every little bit of the journey. But that's my motivation. And really talking about motivation, like I said, saving lives through gaming, that is a very big motivation for me. I'll get a little more into detail on that later in the video, because there's actually a comment or a question that resonates with a little bit with that. So I'll save that for the end of the video. But that's my motivation on that one. And then how do I keep my energy like that? Real talk, guys, this is literally just me. Now, I'm very introverted in real life. I'm very quiet. I'm just chill. I just do my own thing. I don't go out too much unless it's to go to the gym or it's to go grocery shopping and do my side hustle, etc., etc. But when it comes to my energy, I just love playing video games, I love it. Now, remember, there's some games I love to just sit back, max, relax, chill. But I'm still cool. But at the end of the day, when it comes to my energy, I know that a camera's on, I have to entertain peeps. It's not mentally draining for me. I love to do it, you know? When it comes to energy, that gravitates me was my favorite YouTuber, which I will answer that because someone did ask me that later in the video. His energy was off the charts when I first started watching him. My energy is nowhere near that, but I wanted my energy to resonate with me on who I am, on how I am. And really, it just comes out naturally, you know? Plus, it looks good because at the same time, Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time before a remake to come out. The energy just naturally just spills out, you know? I was like, but I think really when it comes to real talk, knowing that I'm being recorded and I'm looking at it as like, I would hope that you guys are entertained by my energy and everything. And I hope my energy is not too much, and then hopefully you guys can tell it's not fake energy. I can't do that. You guys can see right through me if I would fake it. I'm not a good liar or anything, or a good actor. But thank you very much, Hirsch. But yeah, I'm glad you liking everything. Thank you. Next question is from the homie. I don't know if it's a homeboy or homegirl, but homie, Major Lena. Are there other games you like besides horror games? Also, congratulations on getting 30K. I think you mean 3K. I hope your channel grows even more over the next few years. Soon you will reach 100K subs. I appreciate that. Some people have been saying like, yo, 100K, like, let's relax. Let's relax. But we'll see. Some people have been saying 10K by the end of the year. Hey, that's cool. If we can keep this growth going, I hope so. Let's see. But to your question, are there any other games you like besides horror game? Absolutely. I love FPS. I love RPGs. Horror games, of course. You know what I'm saying? I have a, when I say like variety YouTuber, variety gamer, there's so many games that I thoroughly enjoy. Puzzle games, depending on how the puzzles are. Even some other games, like if I have a cool group of peeps or anything like that, I would love to do a stream with like Uno or something, or something like that. You know, like I love all types of games. Anything that can bring a good energy out in me, and if I'm playing with somebody that we can all love and enjoy the game, 100%. But horror games and FPS, RPGs are like my 3 favorite types. If you guys are curious, 100%. Horror games, Resident Evil is mine. RPGs, Final Fantasy is my favorite. And then of course you got FPS games. Call of Duty is my favorite FPS game to play like in today's generation. But my favorite FPS of all time is GoldenEye 007 64. That's my ish. But yes, I love a lot of horror. I love a lot of games there. But yeah, that was a thank you for your question. Thank you. Next question is from Ugh. Congrats on 3K. If RE5 were to be remade, what would you change from the original? 100%, I would definitely change Sheva's AI a little bit. There are parts where she would naturally do what she would do because the AI was designed for that, but it kind of got in the way at some point. But there'd be times where you like the little area where like you have that gold laser that goes like that. So there's a part where for her to grab one of the key items, you have to toss her over there, and there's a lot of enemies going. All I want Sheva to do is go there, grab the item, and go. Now, sometimes she will do that, but then the enemies will get in the way, and the AI is going to do what it was designed to do, and it'll shoot enemies along the way. And I'm like, Sheva, come on, because when she runs out of her ammo, I think that's when that she'll keep going. I think. I can't. No, actually, I take that back. She'll use her knife sometimes, and that'll kind of like throw off the whole groove a little bit, and then they have to save her, and then when she's in danger, well, you can't get her back up. So I kind of want her AI design to be just a little bit different. Another thing as well that I wish was I do wish some points where you could actually tell her to wait. Or if you were playing a Sheva, you could tell Chris to wait. And this is for single player. Of course, if you are playing co-op, which is how the game was designed to be, then you don't have to worry about all these. But I would definitely want the AI to be a little bit smarter. But I do want us to be able to tell her or Chris to wait. And the reason why I say that is because there's some parts where the AI is going to naturally just go where they are supposed to go, and you would like for them to wait because some things that they do will initiate a cutscene. For example, on the ship. You know, I would like to tell her to wait before we jump down and have that little trap spring down on us and everything like that. I would like for us to wait a little bit, but that's just personally me. But other than that, Resident Evil 5 is a great freaking Resident Evil, especially for co-op. I do love Chris. I do love Sheva, 100%. But that's like the main thing. Other than that, the game is okay. I'm not even mad at the JJs that are literally by the final part before you reach Wesker, to be honest with you. So I'm actually cool with that. That's a good little challenge. But other than that, I don't have any issues with RE5 other than Sheva or Chris's AI. That's all. Just tweak it up a little bit. Next question is from Neon. Now that Resident Evil OG characters are in their mid to late 40s, almost in their 50s now, and if Capcom decides to let them retire, how would you feel if Capcom brings in new characters in Resident Evil series in the future? Would you still be interested to play and be excited for Resident Evil with new characters if that's the case? 100% yes. So when I first got into Resident Evil, I didn't know a lot of the characters already to begin with, okay? But regardless of that, I will still be into the franchise. Now, a lot of us are into the franchise because the characters that we have known and loved since the 90s when the very first game was made. So I wholeheartedly understand that. However, as fans and realists, we have to understand that if they keep going into the future of these games and there's not like a flashback or anything that's between certain games or anything, especially if it's a numbered Resident Evil, we have to understand that it's probably going to be in the future and our characters are getting older. They're eventually going to have to retire, or if Capcom goes to the route of possibly killing off one of them, hopefully they do that if it's a proper send-off, then I would at least hope that we have a new character that can replace them and is a character that we like. And I want to say that I think Resident Evil was trying to do that with Ethan, because Ethan was a whole new character. A lot of us was like, who the F is this? Father and husband of the year, 100%. I think they were probably trying that with Ethan, and I think it went okay. So Shadows of the Rose was a great DLC, but I think with the whole superpower kind of little thing that did kind of throw me off as much as I did enjoy that DLC. But I think Capcom probably is already trying to slowly introduce maybe some new peeps. Because maybe they're already having an idea maybe that someone could be let go. Now, if they don't kill them off, at least have them retire. Eventually, they're going to have to stop doing this if they keep going in the future. And as us fans, we have to realize that. And I'm 100% ready if they do that. It's not going to make me stop playing Resident Evil whatsoever. And if we want to stick to the old school Resident Evils, the originals that have our beloved characters, we can always go back. But yeah, I'd be just fine if they were to do that. And as a fan, I have to realize that at some point that could happen if Capcom wants to continue on with the story of Red. Next is from the homie Caleb Booth. What's going on, G? He said he has 2 questions here. How was your upbringing / childhood, and what made you want to join the military? Okay, so my upbringing / childhood was actually not too bad. We didn't grow up rich. We didn't grow up poor either, but we didn't have, everything. But it was cool. We still had our video games. My mother had 6 kids. I'm the youngest of 6. Growing up, I was always teased and stuff like that when it comes to them. I remember one time they told me I was adopted, but whatever. And then I remember one time my brother said I was adopted, and I was like, well, thank God, because I don't look like any of y'all mother effers. But at some point I will say I was a sensitive little boy. So when I first heard that, it did upset me a little bit. Then I got used to it, and then I tried to make a comeback, and I think that was my best comeback. But at the same time, my childhood upbringing was cool. I was a hard-headed kid. A lot of spankings, a lot of whoopings. My mom always said, I didn't whoop you that much. Yes, the funk you did. Please don't do that. I hate when she does that, because yes, you did. I'm surprised I'm sitting down right now. But my mother didn't play. She was a strict woman. One of my siblings that she has restrained herself a good chunk of bit before I was born. All of them was born 2 years apart. I was born 5 years after the 5th one. My mother took a little break. One thing I did appreciate in my childhood is that I appreciate that we didn't grow up with a silver spoon, if that makes sense. I like earning everything that I worked for. Nothing was handed to me. I had some great Christmases. I had some great birthdays and everything. So I had my video games and everything and all that jazz. It was so the upbringing, I sincerely enjoyed it, and I had 5 other siblings. If anything was going on, I had some people right there with me. So it was a good childhood. But I will say I do like being an adult more, because I didn't like school, and I don't mind going to work so I can pay my bills and stuff like that. I'll have those days where I'm like, but at the same time, I'm glad that I'm an adult. Second question is, what makes you join the military? So the reason for my joining the military is because growing up, I always wanted to help people or fight for people. And growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually pretty scared of fighting at one point. I got into one fight. I won my very first fight. I was excited. I was cocky. Literally the next freaking day, I got into another fight and I lost that one. I got my behind whooped, okay? And let's just say the Lord humbled me the very next day. He said, yo, relax. So the Lord humbled me. I gotta give him that respect. So I choose I choose my battles. I learned that the hard way, unfortunately, I'll be honest. But at the same time, I wanted to help people. And the first thing I was like, well, if I want to help people, I don't want to fight people. I don't want to be afraid of fighting or having to defend for somebody. So I wanted to join the Marine Corps. My first instance joining the Marine Corps was seeing that dress blue uniform. And I was like, that's sexy AF. And I still remember seeing that. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old when I first ever saw a dress blue Marine Corps uniform. And so I was like, I want to do that. And I want to actually I want to fight. Graduated high school, went to boot camp, and there we go. Is that simple. I wasn't the best Marine, but I don't think I was the worst. I learned a lot, especially getting comfortable with weapons. We did a lot of grappling, tight-on fighting type stuff, and it was really fun. And I joined the infantry because I wanted to fight. Never had the chance to, of course, but that was my main reason for joining. I really just wanted to help people. I want to live my life for people because I'm fine. But I think there are a lot of people who need help and they want help, or they just want to be comforted and entertained in this manner. Like my whole fighting and all that stuff like that, those are done. I didn't get a chance to do that. But I mean, it's a big whole spectrum on why I joined the military. But that's the main reason. I joined the military because I wanted to help people and I wanted to fight people. And well, not fight people, but fight for people. But that's why I joined the military, man. Thank you. Undead Miner is the next question. What's up, fam? He said, how old is your dog Nico? Maybe tell us how you found him too. Also, will we see him on your live stream someday? Very good question. He turned 6 years old last November. I got him in July of last year. I found him. There's this website. I forgot what it was called, but it's actually people are putting up their pets for adoption. So they're still on them, all that stuff like that. They don't have them in a shelter or anything like that. And they basically are putting them up for adoption. And for this one, I was looking multiple days for a husky. I love huskies. I was looking almost every day on this website, see if there's any new updates or anything like that. And I saw Nico. I was like, okay, that's a handsome boy right there. And I was like, okay, let me see what's up. And I can tell because the previous day before I talked to the owner, he was not up there. So the next day when I saw him, I contacted the owner. I was like, okay, I hope I'm the first one inquiring about it. I told her I'm very active. I work from home, so he's not going to be alone in the house, et cetera, all that jazz. And she liked it. And literally that very same day, she hit me up. And so she told me her situation was that she works like 8-9 hours a day, and he's in this crate all day, every day. And she feels bad. She had him for 10 months, not living in that same situation the whole 10 months, as far as that she told me. But she said he's really sweet. He knows Paul, et cetera. He goes in his crate. He's very quiet in his crate. He's not like your typical husky that's always hound and stuff like that. He will talk 100%, but nothing that crazy that she said that we see on social media and everything. And I thought that was funny. But she said he's really sweet. I just want him to be out and about a lot more often. Your profile fit him. And it was like a good, I think, 45-minute conversation on the phone on my lifestyle and why she wanted to get him up for adoption and everything like that. She wanted him to have a good home. So, and I said, yeah, let's do it. I'm definitely down. Let's do it. And from where she was, or like where we met up at, it was like 4 hours and some change for me. It was like around the corner for her, but it was like 4 hours and 30 minutes for me to go to them. We met in a park, and it was her mom, and Nico. And I drove 4 hours and 30 minutes to meet Nico. Met him, immediately fell in love. He was so sweet and everything. It's like very, very sweet boy. And as I got everything, and to buy an animal on that website, I think it's like 200, something like that. But she just said she just wants him to have a good home. So by the grace of God, I got Nico free, and like his food, a lot of his toys, all that jazz that she had, his medical records, all that was for free. She just wanted him to have a good home. And long story short, I basically got a Siberian Husky, my boy, my handsome man, as I call him, for free. And he's been with me since then. In July will be a year since I've had him. But that's how I found him, and the rest is history. And I try to keep up with the owner. I think after like a month, she stopped responding and told me that she was actually overseas, and then she stopped responding. So I was like, okay. I mean, I still have her number in case she ever reached out, but I don't think that'll be the case. But I mean, hey, I lucked out. The Lord blessed me with a husky, and that's my boy, man. That's my. As for the second one, yeah, if you guys want to see him on a live stream, just let me know. I showed him on a live stream one time. People loved him. So if you guys want to see him next live stream, just let me know. I'll definitely put him up. But yeah, that's my boy. Thank you. Next one is from Kimexi. All right, how you doing, G? He said, yo, first I want to say my bad. I fell asleep during the last night's live stream, but somehow I just know it was a banger. I want to let you guys know, you guys do not have to apologize for missing out on a live stream. You guys have lives. You guys have bills to pay. You guys are probably parents that you got kids to take care of. You guys got lives to live outside of all this. I totally understand. You have no reason to apologize. As long as you are safe and you guys are healthy, that's all I care about, man. Hopefully I see you in the next stream or in the next video, So that's cool. You guys never have to apologize for that. But his question is, you answered a lot of my questions in the stream, in the comments already, but one thing I would like to know is, have you thought about merch? If so, what type of stuff would you be down for? Tees, hoodies, hats, and when? Keep up the good work, bro. 4K by the 24th. I don't know if we'll hit 4K by the 24th, but hey, that'll be lit. I don't think so, but it's all cool. It's all cool. I was like, hey, we hit the original goal of 3K. As for merch, I know some people have been asking, because a lot of people like my hat that I actually wear. That's right there, that blue one up there. A lot of people like me when I wear that, and that was just a hat that I had a company make for me. But I had thought about merch in the very future. Like, we just hit 3K. I'm not even thinking about merch, to be completely honest with you. I eventually want to do it, but I want the audience to grow a lot more. Right now, I'm just thinking about making good content. My channel is in a good streak because of Ready Before, and I want to be able to respectfully capitalize on it and let the YouTube algorithm still push out my videos, let people understand, like, hey, who is GGGryphon and other games outside of Resident Evil, stuff like that. I want to build the community a lot more. So if I was to make merch, then I at least know, like, I was like, hey, majority of people may actually buy this stuff. I have thought about it. I have thought about at least, t-shirts, hoodies, definitely snapbacks like the one I got there, because that's the hat I wear. Maybe a beanie or something like that. But my merch would probably be basic. It would probably be like those three. I don't know about like I've seen some people like wristbands, some glasses. I've seen some people do some other stuff, and I was like, that's cool and all. It's just be like, but me, I personally wouldn't get all. I wouldn't get all that. But I know people buy them because of they want to support the YouTuber. But my basic would probably be just hat, hoodie and a t-shirt. But I have thought about it, but it's nowhere near now. I don't even have a date for it. It's so like in the future, out of my mind kind of deal. But I have thought about it kind of thing. But if I ever do it, if the channel still keeps growing, do it, everything like that, hey, I hope you guys will support. But yeah, I thought about it. Next question is from Spider Mankey. What's going on, fam? He said, if this channel grows a lot, will you make other gaming content apart from Resident Evil on this channel, or will you create another channel, or will you even make content other than Resident Evil? Now, I do not plan on making another channel. Now, considering how YouTube can be sometimes with like getting rid of people's channel, I really hope this channel does really well in the sense that if something was to happen, I'll have a large following to tell them like, hey, Gryphon didn't do anything, get him back his channel. Because if YouTube deleted my channel right now, then it's a wrap. I have to start all over. To answer your question, just look at my other videos that I had before Resident Evil 4 Remake was even announced. If you just go back a little bit, like I have a wide variety of stuff that I played. Some people have asked me about a game, have I played this? And I'm like, hey, I have. Just look back on the channel. I have touched plenty of other games in Resident Evil. You guys have found me because of it. Well, most of you guys have found me because of it. But oh yeah, I don't plan on making another channel. This channel is like my one baby, and I hope it stays safe and just a wide variety of stuff. It's just right now the channel is really popping off with Resident Evil stuff, and it's such an honor and a blessing because Resident Evil is my favorite video game franchise. And considering that you guys found me off of it, I have no issues playing the game or live streaming or anything because I have a good freaking time. But yeah, if you look at my other videos and everything, even like a couple days, I actually made a horror game video called 9 Child Street. So yeah, check out the other videos, man. I've done a lot of other stuff. I even did the hot chip challenge 2 years ago in Christmas. I've done a lot of other stuff for my channel to try to get it off the ground. Like, mind you guys, it took me 4 years to, this will be the 5th year of me making videos. I've been trying this long. I was like, to get it out the ground. So I've done other stuff, and I plan on continuing doing other stuff and being a wide variety of stuff like that. But hey, I appreciate that question there, Spider Mankey. Yes, thank you. Next question is from Mr. Chris T. He said, hey man, which forgotten Resident Evil characters would you like to see a return in the future of the game franchise? Easily, I would love to see Billy, and I would love to see Carlos back. I feel like they threw them boys away. Now, at first, it used to be Rebecca, but they put her in Resident Evil Vendetta, so now we know what she's been up to. She's not with Star, she's not doing any fighting. She's all about medical and all that stuff like that. So I'm cool, we got to see our homegirl Rebecca. But those two, Billy just fell off on the face of the earth, and then Carlos was never mentioned ever again. And I'm like, I would love to at least hear something from those two. I mean, heck, if you guys remember playing Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, Wesker was the narrator for that, and he said Rebecca, and then he said Billy has been missing since. I'm like, okay, Capcom, that's really all you're gonna give us? Like, I would love to see what in the world happened. A lot of people like make rumors and theories that hey, he got killed. All that. It's fun conspiracy theories with Billy, but I love them both. I would love to see what in the world has happened to them. Now, I could say Sheva, yes, but Sheva's more recent than those two. So I'm not gonna say Sheva. Not only that, they haven't forgotten Sheva because she's in freaking Dead by Daylight, for God's sake. So they definitely didn't throw her off and forget about her. So where is our homeboy Billy and Carlos? Now granted, they put Carlos in the remake. That doesn't count. That's a remake. If they made RE0 remake, yes, you're gonna have to put Billy in there. So my two is Billy and Carlos. I want to see make a return, or at least I would like to read a file of their names and at least know what happened. Just something. They don't have to be a main character or something. I just want to at least hear their name. Like after. That's it, So I don't know what the heck happened with those two. But that's at least my point there. Hello?
Hey, baby, quick question. When did you hit 3K?
A couple of days ago, actually.
Okay, because I get my shit like late, and I was like, what the fuck? What did you hit 3K?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me.
Yeah, it was in the middle of a live stream. I think it was Saturday. Was it Saturday?
That's amazing.
Yeah, we hit it Saturday.
I'm looking at everything people wrote and then following you. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. That is fan-fucking-tastic.
Thank you, Mom.
I was like, you didn't even tell me. I was like, fuck. I'm like, where did he get it?
I mean, heck, when I make moves, I'm not gonna just tell everyone all that stuff. I mean,
no,
so
tell me, because I want to know. I don't get like the notifications. I get them late.
Well, you're not gonna get a notification if I hit a new milestone or anything like that. But I put on the community post and everything. But I'm glad you saw it.
I'm
but yeah.
saying when you put on a post or something, let me know. I was like, what the fuck? And I saw everybody posting. I was like, oh god, I'm his mother, and I'm fucking late. You gotta let me know, because I'm like, oh yes. That is amazing. I'm so fucking happy for you.
Thank you, Mom.
3 fucking K. And I was reading everybody's stuff. God, you get 3K in less than a week. And I was like, damn, you go, boy.
It was like, we hit 2K, and I think like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, we hit 3K, and now we're at 3,100. So another 100 ended up subscribing since then. Since we hit it. So
God, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Mom. A long time coming. This year will be 5 years making videos, and we're moving on up. So I feel
that's
good.
That's alright. It's gonna take you time, but what I like about it is that you enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that is great. And they love your personality. You know, you cool peeps.
Thank you, Mom.
Cool peeps, and you take everything that these people are giving you, your compliments, and you wear them, and you wear them proud because people don't know you personally.
Yeah.
You know, they see you online. That's what you project. So you're awesome. I'm so fucking excited.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
so happy. I'm like 3K. What the fuck? This nigga got 3K. That's like the thing to it. Man, you got it before. Because everybody, you was thinking that you were going to do Resident Evil, the new one coming out, but everybody was saying you made it before then.
No, well, yeah, because when I was on a stream and then I said they were like, "What's my next goal?" And I was like, "I don't really have one. It's just I'm just hoping the channel keeps moving forward." And then someone said 3K before the remake, and I was like, so I announced it. I think it was I think we were at 25 or 2600 at the time, and then I was like, all right, I was like, all right, funk it, 3K before the remake, and then everyone was like, bet, that's the next goal, and then it ended up happening.
I saw that. I saw somebody said 3K before the remake. I was like, damn, you go. Wait, keep doing what you're doing. That'll be your income. You keep doing it.
I mean, it'd be cool. I was like, it'd be cool. I mean, that is definitely a goal, but that's, of course, that's far away from now. Still to this day, I'm still kind of like, dang, do I still have like when I first started making videos, I didn't think I had the personality for it, but I just wanted to try and see what I could do. I'm getting a lot of love more than negative, a lot more love than negativity. So I'm barely even noticing it. But
the negativity, because you can't please anybody. But
well, yeah, I know.
Doing be yourself, and that's the authentic. You're being your authentic self.
I can only be.
That's what's shining across.
Yeah, I can only be myself. I mean, hey, you of all people know I'm not a good liar. You know how many whoopings I got because I lied?
Yeah, but what I mean is, you're not like. But I'm so proud of you. That is fucking amazing.
Thank you.
I can't do it. I'd be so self-conscious being on camera. You just do it so naturally.
Oh, you don't think I'm nervous? I'd be funking, especially on like when I make a video, it's fine. But when I'm on live stream, oh, butterflies be going. I'd be.
Not come across at all.
I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous. I mean, the shorts is one thing. I mean, Nico's my boy. Like, that's my favorite making shorts of him. But when I do live streams, oh, I'd be nervous AF.
All right, baby. Finish doing what you're doing, my love. I love you. Have fun.
I love you too.
All right, baby. Love you.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, as you guys have heard, I just had a phone call from my mom. She was just, yeah, that's my mother for you. But the conversation was longer than that, but I had to edit all that out. But I wanted to put a little snippet in there like that. My mom sees y'all, so, and she loves y'all. Next question is from the homie Chamber. Okay, he said, which aspect of RE4 Remake are you excited the most? Now, this one, I want to ask what you mean by aspect. Like, do you mean like a part I'm looking forward to the most, or I mean, that's the kind of, that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of. But there's many things I'm excited for, to be completely honest with you. But the main, I'm not gonna lie, the main thing I'm really excited for, real talk, is that parry system. I'm not gonna lie, that parry system just looks so freaking fun. And if you have played, I know if you guys played, you know, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, or you know, Dark Souls, games that you can parry. In my case, you know, Street Fighter Third Strike, because when you get a parry just right, oh, it feels so freaking good. So like, I feel that parry is gonna be so nice. Now I know you can't abuse it because the knife durability, I 100% get it. I hope that after you beat the game, you can unlock a knife that's infinite and you can just parry all day. That'd be lit. But no, that's like the most aspect I'm really looking forward to. The part that I'm looking forward to, or like section, if anyone was inquiring about that, I'm looking forward to the village and the castle the most. We haven't seen enough of the island for me to be like, ooh, okay, I can't wait. It's the island. But I'm so looking forward to the village, because the village is my favorite part. And my least favorite part in the original was the castle, because just how long it was. But I can't deny just how dark and how derelict that castle looks. I'm so looking forward to the other parts of that castle. Like, it literally looks like that castle should look like that. Like, they're killing it. You know, they're really killing it. So that's the aspect. The most area I'm looking forward to the most is the village and the castle. And I guess if you say aspect, if that makes sense, I'm really looking forward to using that parry system. That is so freaking lit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel I'm gonna be using that parry system a lot. So I think that's like the most exciting aspect that I'm looking forward to. And I hope in the demo that we get soon, I hope that I can use that plenty. But thank you very much, Chamber. Good question. Next one is from the homeboy himself, Leon Scott Kennedy. How's it going, man? He said, hi, bro. I am from Malaysia. So I'm gonna ask you these two questions. Have you ever been to Malaysia? No, sir, I have not been to Malaysia before. And he said, what system are you going to be used to play RE4 Remake when it comes out? By the way, I'm happy for you. Congrats again for 3K subs. I'm sure it will go to 100K with no time. Hey, thank you very much. 10K. Hey, all right, I was like, we can only hope, man. We can only hope and we can only pray. But no, never been to Malaysia, and I'm gonna be playing RE4 Remake on the PC, this beautiful system here that I got in front of me here. That I'll be playing it on Steam. That's where I'll be playing RE4 Remake, and I also have the collector's edition as well with the PS5 version, because at some point I will get a PS5, but at least I know that whenever I get it, I'll already have a game that I can play. And what better game than RE4 Remake? So 100%. So yeah, I'll be playing on the PC. Thank you for the question, my man. Next question is from Poop Kid. What's up, man? He said, do you have goals for this channel? If so, what is it and why? And what after? Also, congrats on 3K. Grip never stopped making videos. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, man. I really love doing this. Even if the RE4 Remake hasn't been announced, I would still be here doing this. You guys just wouldn't have found me yet. but let's see. So the goals for the channel, really, I'm not even thinking of like number goals or anything like that. The main big goal, and I'm dreaming big here. You guys could be like, relax, but I have to dream big here. I want my channel respectfully to be mentioned in other YouTubers' comments, like, yo, I would love to see this. I would love to see such and such a collab with GGGryphon. I was like, you and GGGryphon's personality would collab. I was like, would match so well. Like, I've seen that so many times in people's videos that and all that, and I was like, yo, that would be a lit collab, you know. I don't have any wishes to collab just yet, because we're still pretty small on YouTube standards. But at the same token, like, I want that. I would love for people to say, I was like, yo, a huge community that I absolutely love is the Griff Gang. Like, GGGryphon Z has a wholesome community. It's all love and all family there, no matter what's going on. We can shoot the ish, we can make jokes, we can roast playfully, and we know it's not personal. Like, stuff like that's the community I want to build. Like, and everything we do is GG. Like, if you're going through something, man, I would like to say, I would like my comments be like, yo, Griffin, you helped me out, got me out of a dark spot. Like, hey, I've seen that in so many people's comments, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start making videos. So it got to a point where, like, that's like the main goal I wanted to have for the channel. My main goal, numbers and everything, subscriber numbers are beautiful. They look beautiful. Now, I do know not 3,000 people watch all of my videos. I get that. Even the people I'm subscribed to, I'm not gonna make every single video. Well, I'm not gonna be able to watch every single video that they make. Of course not. That's unrealistic thinking. I just want to help people. That's just the main goal. And mind you, you never know. If the channel gets bigger and I did help somebody or make them laugh and get them out of a dark place, and they don't announce it, I won't know. I just hope I did. You know, I just hope I did, whether they tell me or not, or they announce it. Because some people won't announce it because they want to keep that private. And by all means, absolutely, I understand. But that keeps me going. That's really the goals for the channel. I want GGGryphon Z to be a safe place here on YouTube, and more specifically YouTube gaming, you know. But yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal for the channel. And we say what after, I don't know what you mean. I think you mean maybe what after the channel. I don't know. I'm not even, I want to keep doing this for as long as I can. I love doing it. I love doing it. It's just so fun, because I don't plan on stopping playing video games anytime soon. So I don't want to stop making YouTube videos anytime soon, unless YouTube, the website itself says, hey, we're done. You know, which I don't think that's happening. It's the second most biggest website on the internet in the world. So so other than that, I don't think we're anytime soon. But good question, Poop Kid. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. All right, next, Beast Gaming. He says, what is your PC set? Blah, blah, blah. What is your PC specs? Who is your favorite YouTuber? What is your future plans? These are my questions. By the by, congratulations for 3K. Hope you will reach 1 million. Ooh, Beast is thinking very beastly today with the 1 billion wish. Hey, thank you very much, Beast. I appreciate that, man. I was like, hey, God bless you. Now the third one, the future plans, I think I just answered that. So hopefully that answered your question, my man. But the first two, so I can answer the second one, no problem. So who is my favorite YouTuber? My favorite YouTuber is DashyXP, or in the gaming space, Dashy Games. Now, someone did ask me this question in a future question that I was gonna get to, but I probably can go ahead and skip that. It was from the homie Shy Ski, or as I call him, Shy. He asked this question basically, who or what motivated me to make YouTube videos? And it was my favorite YouTuber, DashyXP/Dashy Games. Mainly Dashy Games because I've even tried some skits and everything, but I'm not a funny guy when it comes to skits. But Dashy Games, Dashy himself, he was the one that motivated me to make YouTube videos, and he's also my favorite YouTuber still to this day. His personality and everything has changed, of course, as time came on and everything. Of course, he's getting a little older, but he still is Dashy Games to me. Now, he was in like 2015, like 18, 19 was definitely, in my opinion, was like his best years. And then, of course, he mellowed out and calmed down and everything like that, but he's still funny AF to me. I bought some of his merch, and he actually responded to that Instagram post that I put, and he was also the first YouTuber to ever reply to a comment that I put on a content creator's channel. He was the first one to ever reply, and it was right before I was going to go on my first deployment. And I said, man, I was like, he's like, thank you very much for getting me out of a tough spot, stuff like that. But it was mainly Dashy, and like the goals for this channel is because of what Dashy has done for other people on his channel. Now I'm nowhere not like Dashy. That man has 6.4 million subscribers, and I was like, his comedy 100% is top tier. I'm nothing like him, but he's definitely motivated me to make videos, and I want to help people and everything. And I also told him, I was like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. I was like, there's another YouTuber I sincerely love as well, but he said who was my favorite, so I'm only gonna bring up Dashy. But legit, I really would love to meet him, shake his hand, give him a dab, give him a hug, and just say, yo, bro, thank you for doing what you do and inspiring plenty of people to make YouTube videos. I know it wasn't just me. But yeah, 100%, he's my favorite YouTuber still to this day, and I love him very much. As for my PC specs, these are my PC specs. I can't name them on the top of my dome, but these are my PC specs right here, if you guys are curious about it. It's an overkill PC, but that's what I got right there. Next question is from the homie, Mr. Smith. He said, hey, do you think it would be a good battle between Wesker and Jake if they bring them two back for RE9? Well, you can't really bring back Wesker back because he did die in RE5, and since then he has not been mentioned. Now, if Wesker and Jake had a fight or anything, who would win? 100%, I think Daddy would. Nothing against Jake Wesker, but I mean, I think Jake Wesker is strong. He has, you know, Wesker's blood and everything like that. He's not your average dude, 100%. But I mean, Wesker has been just so enhanced in what he's already had. Wesker would definitely win that fight. I would definitely love to see it, 100%. But I think Wesker would definitely win that fight. You know, Jake Wesker didn't have the speed and everything that Wesker did have, but Jake had a lot of technique, and he was a strong dude. But I did like Jake. I just think they just brought him in out of freaking nowhere. That kind of confused me a little bit. But other than that, yeah, if they brought Wesker back, like, hey, who would win kind of thing, well, then I think Wesker himself would win. But good question though. I enjoyed that one. That was nice. Now this question here, this is from my home girl, my longtime viewer, Christy. How you doing, Christy? She says, how long have you been making YouTube videos? Now this really means a lot considering that Christy has been on the channel. She says 600 subs. She says that. Christy, give yourself a lot of credit. We achieved 500 on June 8th of last year, 500 subs. You were here before that. And the thing about Christy, guys, that she has been one of the ones that I think has been liking the videos since I ever seen like her first, second, third comment, because she was consistent with it and everything. A lot of the poop killer videos is because of her. So she, the little chicken video that I wanted, that I made as well, she suggested as well. So she's a big staple on this channel, and she always will have a big place on this channel because she was one of the, I will say that she was the very first active commenter, if that's a word, on my channel. And I think that was around 300 to 400 subs. I want to say around like 350 to 400 subs Christy arrived, because I know when we hit 500 Christy was already here. So give yourself some credit, homegirl. But yeah, I've been making videos since 2018. May 18th was my very first YouTube video. I still remember that day like it was yesterday. The night prior, I was watching a Dash Sheet video, and I was like, all right. And I had a 96, so a 4-day weekend in the military, and I had a bare room to myself, and I was like, this is the perfect time that I could at least learn how to make a gaming YouTube video. And I had a gaming laptop, and with my military bonus that I had at the time, I already bought a lot of games from Steam, all that jazz, and was on my laptop. I was like, okay, let me see if I can do it. So the next day I woke up, it was around like 9-10 a.m. California time, Pacific time. Googled, how do you make gaming YouTube videos? First thing that popped up was OBS, and what you guys are seeing, oh, well, you guys aren't seeing it, but what I'm looking at right here. So that's how I learned right then and there, and I was watching a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to do it. And the first video that was Doom 2016, because that was my favorite game at the time. And yeah, the rest is history. Don't watch that video. It's a very cringy first video, but yeah, this year will be 5 years of making YouTube videos, and I'm very blessed and I'm very honored that I didn't stop and I didn't give up, mainly because I really just do love doing this. But at the same time, I already told you the reason why I didn't stop. But yeah, it was like 2018 in May. That's how long I've been making YouTube videos. So May this year, 5 years. Next question is from the homie Curd Boy. He said, first, congrats, bro. Thank you, man. He said, and the question is, how old were you when you first played RE games? Which RE game was that, and what's your favorite RE game? Favorite Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 4. And how old I was 6 years old when I first played Resident Evil. It was the very first one I've ever played was RE2. My mother allowed me to stay home from school. I wasn't sick. She just said, Zach, you can stay home from school today, just relax. And I was like, okay, cool. And my mother would do that from time to time with like each of us, like just like a break, you know, not just the weekend, you know what I'm saying? especially if we've been having good attendance kind of deal, but she allowed me to stay home. I wasn't sick or nothing like that. And the fifth one who was born, me and him shared a room. We had bunk beds, and he had Nintendo 64 like I did, and he also had Resident Evil 2. And he allowed me to play it because I've always wanted to play it. And I still remember like it was yesterday. I remember in the 64 version, you could change the blood color. It would be red, green, or blue. I chose blue because blue is my favorite color. And I still remember I chose Leon, and I died on my way to the kendo shop because I was not used to the fixed camera angles. Threw me completely off. But yeah, that was my first instance with Resident Evil. It was Resident Evil 2. And I've seen it plenty of times from the oldest brother, who actually lives with me by the way. He was the very first one I ever seen Resident Evil from, and the first one I saw was Resident Evil 2. So I couldn't wait to play that myself. It just looked fun. I did like the story, and hey, that's the history of Resident Evil for me. I played the very first time I ever played it was when I was 6 years old. All right, now the next question here is from the homie Mac Blue. What's up, G? He said, "How was your time serving in the Army? I want to hear all the juicy details, LMAO, if you're okay with speaking on that." Now, I will say this. I was a Marine, so if there's any Marines here, I don't know if there's any, but they'll tell you like Marines don't want to be called Army, soldier, or anything. We'd like to be called a Marine. It's a little pride thing or anything like that, but I don't know if you guys didn't know that. But if you don't want to just keep it simple, just say military. but yeah, my time in the Marine Corps was more good than bad. I would say my very first year was definitely the hardest years because you're the FNG or effing new guy, or Marine say will say boot. One of my biggest struggles was that I was not a good runner. I could lift weights if there was anything heavy to lift, but if we had to do anything cardio wise, I was trash. So the first part of there, it was kind of tough because they didn't treat you really nicely. You know, they're not, I mean, we're Marines, you know, we're not supposed to be treated, they're not going to treat you nicely. We're supposed to be warriors. When we go to war, you can't be sensitive. You got to build tough skin. So they were on me all the time. So, first 4 years was tough. As time went on, of course, and everything, I got it a little bit easier, and I was able to adapt to it, such and such, and then I re-enlisted again, and the rest is history. But my time serving in, I enjoyed more than bad. I met a lot of good people of many different race, shapes, sizes. Literally, when I mean sizes. And I met a lot of people that were really good. I met a lot of people that were really backstabbing, really selfish, whatever you name it. So I was able to at least broaden my horizons on different types of people in the Marine Corps. And I would say, but like I said, I think I enjoyed it more than I didn't like it. Just like any other job, you complained a lot. I complained a lot about a lot of the stuff that happened, but at the same time, it wasn't anything like a deal breaker. Like the job that I have working from home, I see a lot of positives in it, but I'm still gonna complain about some stuff. I'm pretty sure if you guys are living your dream job, you're probably gonna complain about some stuff. And then when it comes to juicy details, I mean, I wasn't your typical Marine. I didn't drink. I didn't do any of that other stuff like that. I was you could say I was goody two shoes. I stayed in my barracks room, played my games. I just stayed to myself. I just relaxed and chilled. The only time I went out was when I went to the gym. I went to the gym a lot. It was like a good meditation for me. But when it comes to juicy details, I think like the biggest story that I have was there was a Marine that I knew. He didn't know that his wife was doing some things behind his back with one of our Marines who's actually a higher rank than us. He was doing something with his wife, and he had 2 kids. He eventually he caught them in the act. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not my story to tell, but I will say that story does have a happy ending. I'm not talking about the happy ending that you perverts may be thinking about, but a very good ending on his part. And last I heard, he's doing really well. But that's the juicy, I guess that's the juicy I can say. But I don't have too many stories on that stuff like that. Like I said, I wasn't your typical Marine, unfortunately. So if there's any juicy stuff that you guys want to hear, I'm sorry. There's really not a lot when it comes to that. I missed a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff people just told me, you know, and I'm not gonna go off of those because I wasn't there. But that one, I was there. I was like, for that one, he told me about it. So, but I don't mind speaking on it. But some things I will keep, you know, as respect to them. But yeah, I will say, I won't let you guys know what happened, but I will say it was a good ending on his part. Now this question is next from the homeboy 50. Now this one actually, this was actually the last question that was put here. He thought he was late on this, so no, you homeboy, you were not late, man. He said, who is your favorite Final Fantasy protagonist? My favorite Final Fantasy protagonist is Zack Fair. 1, I love Zack. I love Zack. My first name is Zack, so 100% yes, Zack. 2, Zack is not to be messed with. That homeboy took down Angeal, Genesis, and he put up a good fight against Sephiroth. You know, he didn't win, but he put up a good fight against Sephiroth. And I'm just saying, that one dude, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, you know how in every Final Fantasy game you have a party? Zack was your party in that game. You can't deny that, and he's my favorite. If you guys want to know my favorite antagonist in Final Fantasy, 100% is Sephiroth. Absolutely. Next question is from the Shogun himself. I guess I'm pretty sure you guys probably think of Corey Kenshin when I say that, but no, 58 Shogun. He says, what do you want to see in RE9? Me personally, I want to see Jill or Claire as a main character, or maybe a complete new one. Now, Shogun, I actually agree with you. I personally want to see Jill come back in RE9, but I have even stated that Claire doesn't get a lot of love. in the RE franchise. She doesn't. She has her own game called Veronica, and of course she shows up in Revelations 2, but that's really it. You know, we don't see really a lot of Claire like that. And of course we do see her in the first CGI movie. In this new one, we don't see her, we don't see anything of Claire or anything like that. It's just like she just falls off kind of thing. Even with like the voice actresses that voice Claire, I feel like they don't even be getting a lot of love too, and they do a fantastic job. I don't know what it is, but I do want to see Claire come back, but my main one is Jill, because Jill is my favorite female character. So I do want to see Jill come back. If I don't see Jill, I would love to see Claire at least make an appearance. If they're not the main character, I at least want to see what they've been up to, at least when it comes to the number wise in the series. Not like Revelation, no side stuff. Like, what are they doing and how are they faring? As hell, June, I'm just gonna say your name, June. I can't remember, I don't know how to pronounce that first one there, but I'm gonna say this. But you said your question was, do you like anime? If you do, what's your favorites? Now, another person actually asked me about my favorite anime. It was a later question, but he said, am I a weeb? I will answer your question right now. No, I'm not a weeb. I love the Japanese culture. It's so calming and soothing and peaceful. There's something, you know, majestic about the Japanese culture. However, I'm not obsessed, because the definition is like you're obsessed with, to the point like you wish you were Japanese. I'm a proud Black American. I don't want to be Japanese, I'm good. But I love their culture and I absolutely 100% respect it. But for the question here, yes, I do love anime. I'm a big nerd. If you guys want to know, my favorite anime is an anime called Blood Plus. Now, that a lot of people don't know about that anime, but it's a 50-episode anime, and my favorite female anime character, like my anime crush, her name is Sai Otanashi. Heck, that's my car's name, S-A-Y-A. And if you guys want to know what she looks like, she's right here. And actually, this same exact picture, I have that poster right there. You guys can't see it because I have the camera angled perfectly clear for the Resident Evil posters that you guys see back there. But yes, it's homegirl Sai Otanashi. That's my girl. But yeah, that's my favorite anime of all time. Next one is going to be Samurai Champloo and then Cowboy Bebop. Those will be my top 3 animes. No anime will top those in my aspect, because those are the first 3 animes that I absolutely fell in love with, period. And those 3 animes, I watched them all in dub. I'm more of a sub guy, but with those animes, I saw it first in dub. And not only that, in those animes, those 3 animes, dub is legit really good. There's some animes that shouldn't be played in dub, I'll be honest. But I was like, but no. But when it comes to this generation of anime, I love, you know, Attack on Titan is cool. I still got to finish My Hero. But Attack on Titan is cool. Kenichi, The Mightiest Disciple. There's a lot of anime that I love. There's a lot of popular animes that are out there that a lot of people don't know about. But yeah, those are my favorite animes. And a little side thing, my favorite comedy anime that's just out of this world, in my opinion, is Golden Boy. That anime is funny AF. You guys heard of it? I hope you guys know why that's funny to me. That is, I first saw that thing when I was like 7 or 8. Hilarious freaking anime. If you guys haven't seen it, watch it. It's hilarious. Next one is from the homegirl Megan. How's it going, G? She says, how did you get the idea for making this channel? And if you're in a silly mood, who's the hottest male and female RE character in my opinion? 100% hottest male character, I'll be honest with you, I even said it on stream, is Leon Scott Kennedy. And the hottest female character is Ada Wong. No girl in RE universe has nothing against Ada Wong. Okay, so Ada Wong is that G. She's that girl. She's it. But yeah, that's my humble opinion on the hottest male and female RE character. First question: how did you get the idea of making this channel? I think I've answered it plenty of times in this here. But the idea really is I just wanted to help people. When I came with the Saving Lives Through Gaming, when I first started that, I actually had to tell my mods, Tomo Akuma, or as I call him, Yoki, because that was his name on PS3 when I met him, and Beast Mom. When I told them about that, I want to say Yoki understood where I was coming from. I think Mama, she needed a little bit more of an explanation on it. No offense to her, but she wanted to understand it, and I 100% get it. So when I explained it to him, Yoki got it. Mama, she actually got it too. For that is because, like I said, my idea was I wanted to help people. When I say saving lives through gaming, is mainly because of what I see in comment sections of other big YouTubers that, from people that legitimately love them. Like they said, they got them out of a dark place, got them out of depression, prevented them from committing suicide, because that is a rapid rate going on these days. Just so many different things that are going on in people's lives that I don't know about, that we would never know about. Everyone has their own private battles, right? And that's why I want to call you guys warriors, because you guys are going through a war mentally, or just whatever you're going through in life, but I have high faith that you guys can kill it. And I want through my channel, when I put Saving Lives Through Gaming, I want that to resonate with some people. That's why I have that in the intro there. Like, that's what my channel is all about. I hope that your lives can get better just by watching my videos. Just get you out of a little dark spot and just, you know, just relax and just not focus on it. And then hopefully maybe some of the words I can give you is good stuff. I mean, we'll see. I mean, but that's maybe a goal too far-fetched, but hey, I'm sticking with it. I'm not gonna give up on that. But yeah, that's how I came up with the idea on it. Mainly just the reason I just wanted to help people. And I've been seeing a lot of people's comments on what they do for people, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Next question is from the homie Thomas Mendez. He says, where do you want your channel to go in the foreseeable future, and are you excited, buddy? Now, I think I did answer that first question, where I want my channel to go to. The second question, am I excited? You dang right I'm freaking excited, bro. Can't you tell? Like dude, it took us almost 5 years to get to where we are right now. I'd be stupid if I wasn't excited right now. Like, I'm so freaking excited, man. It's so freaking cool. And we reached here like we're and the growth started to occur right after I got out of the military. And mind you, like at the time I couldn't make a lot of videos because in the military I couldn't keep a consistent schedule. So like I'm so freaking excited, man. Words are indescribable. Let's just say that, man. I've seen small channels get as it become bigger, and for me to finally experience it, that, you know, we're growing. It's cool, and it's the best. I want to embrace this, and I want to remember this. No matter if the growth eventually stops or anything like that, or if we get too big, we'll see. It gets to a point where I'm always going to remember this part of my life on what you guys have done for me, because what you guys are doing right now, you guys are pushing that out, the YouTube algorithm, like pushing my channel out there to be seen with every like, every comment, every view, how long you've been viewing the videos, stuff like that. So it really, really does help. So God bless you guys. Thank you very much. So you dang right, I am absolutely excited. I'm pretty sure you can tell, and I think that's why you asked. Next question from the homie Doffy. He says, do you like Valorant, Counter-Strike, COD, or any other online FPS games? I haven't played Valorant. I've watched plenty of gameplay, but I don't think it would be a game that I would have fun with, so I don't try it. I do like watching it. Counter-Strike, I respect Counter-Strike and how many years it's been popular. Never touched it. COD, absolutely. I love Call of Duty. Last year Vanguard was straight trash, I'll give it that. But no, I do love Call of Duty. But me, I'm not a fan of battle royales too much like that. I'm more of like the multiplayer type style. Like you die, you get back up, you keep going. Battle royals is cool and all, I respect it, but I'm a multiplayer guy and I always will be. I do play COD when I'm not recording, kind of thing. It's one of my chill sessions, like me and Yoki, we'll play that game. And online FPS, the other online FPS that I do like, I do enjoy Apex Legends. I don't play battle royale in Apex Legends like that, though. I've won 2 battle royales because I was with a buddy who played Apex plenty of times before, so it was really cool. I got a couple dubs off of Apex, but what definitely wasn't because of me. But I do love like the 3v3. I do love that in Apex. I haven't played Apex, I think, like a year and some change, but I absolutely do love it. I do love Apex. My favorite is Valkyrie. That's my girl. Next question is the homie Synergy. He said, what's your favorite PS2 game, except Resident Evil, of course? Now, PS2 was one of the consoles that I unfortunately never had a chance to own. At the time when PS2 was bumping and everything, I had a 64 and I had a PS1 and I had a GameCube. Those are the consoles that I had growing up, and I never owned a PS2. Unfortunately. However, but if I had to choose a game that was on the PS2 that was my favorite, if not Resident Evil, then of course is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Absolutely. And it's still my favorite GTA to this day. Now this next question was actually a really good one. Now I had to actually think about this one a little bit, so I'll try to keep it short, but it's from the homie I Am Tired. This is a long build-up, but let me break it down. RE 1, 2, and 3 is phase 1. RE 4, 5, and 6, phase 2. 7, 8, and 9, phase 3. Question is, what do you want to see in the next generation, phase 4, 10, 11, and 12, that would put a spin on the franchise that would have fans be mind blown? Now this one actually, because like I said, I was looking at y'all questions before I made this video. This one was really difficult to answer. I actually had to think about this one, because with 10, 11, and 12, if you put that, because he didn't say 9, he just said 10, 11, and 12, right? I mean, he said 9 in the other previous phase, but you guys know what I'm going with. Hopefully, maybe a new character will be introduced. At least I don't know what they could do with our characters that we know and love, because like I said, they're getting older. They are going to have to at least be retired or something like that. At this point, I would at least maybe want to see maybe a new character that could possibly keep the franchise going. Someone that I feel that we could also love and get to know, just like we've known all these characters for years that we've known. I would like it to be to a point where, like, what is this new character's connection with the previous characters or whatever could be going on? I did like how they did in Resident Evil Village, where we know how Oswald E. Spencer got the insignia for Umbrella. That was a cool little mind-blown twist. Like, holy crap, that's cool. But in the new character, I would like to see something like, okay, how does this character relate to a previous character? Or if there's not related, what is this new character going through that could possibly be related to a previous Resident Evil that we played? Like, what if in this new character we found out about the Las Plagas? Like, how did that form up? You know what I'm saying? The mold, well, we know about how the mold started and everything. But you guys know, like, it's different things that they could put, or maybe a relation to what we saw in Resident Evil Damnation or something like that, or anything like that. Just something that could be related, just something that could go back, like, hey, remember this little tiny little detail in a previous Resident Evil that we probably overlooked? Well, because of that right there, this is why this happened. You know, like something like that. And Capcom, I have high faith that Capcom will figure something out if they were to do something like that. Because I'm still amazed that they can keep this franchise going this freaking long. You know, but that would be mind blowing to me. At some point, they would have to introduce a new character. But I would like to see whatever that new character is going through, how it ties to a previous Resident Evil on a small detail that we possibly overlooked. Because you know how many files that we have read, probably forgot about, and of course maybe Capcom be like, hey, remember this file or something like this? Well, this is why this happened. You know, so it's just a thought. That would definitely be mind blowing to me. But I mean, considering that 10, 11, 12, I mean, that's so far off. It was, like I said, it was a very difficult question to answer, but I hope that it was a good answer for you there, Tired. Hopefully you aren't too tired and you fell asleep on this video. Next question is from the homie Jimbo. He says, oh, fancy. Let's see. Leon's martial arts versus Chris Boulder punching military brute force. Who will win? 100% Leon. Absolutely. I think I speak a fair point that Chris, a lot of experience, great fighter, is very tough. 100%. Brute, like I said, brute force, punching boulders, all that stuff like that. But the bigger you are, I don't know how much stamina you have when it comes to that. Like, Chris knows some stuff, but I think I got to give Leon his credit. Leon was a rookie cop while Chris was in stars. 6 years later, Leon is a straight bad A and can actually put up a fight against Chris. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give Leon that respect. And Leon, they didn't make Leon like a big hunk of machine like Chris is, you know what I'm saying? And Leon actually has a lot of technique, whereas I don't think Chris would have that. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with. I give Chris his props, absolutely. But if they were to go toe to toe, it would be a close match. But I think Leon would get him 100%. Next question is from the homie Gomez. He says, do you think Ada's voice will be annoying since they changed the voice actor? I can't thoroughly answer that because we don't know how good of a voice actor Ada's voice will be, if that makes sense. Like, unfortunately, I'm sorry that we didn't get to see the homegirl that voiced her in the remake, in RE2 remake, voice her in this one. Apparently, Capcom didn't call her back. She even put a tweet out for that. So she will be missed. I think she did a fantastic job. However, we only heard, and we can agree, we only heard a couple of lines from Ada in all these trailers that we have seen, but it's not enough for me to make an opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Like Salazar, we heard enough of Salazar for me to come up with an opinion on that. Same with Krauser, all that stuff like that. But Ada, we probably heard maybe like 5 or 6 words out of her, because they've barely been showing her in all these trailers and stuff like that. I can't make an opinion on that. I don't think it's gonna be annoying. We just don't know. I know a lot of us are like, yo, Capcom is always making these changes with voice actors and stuff like that, and we should be used to that by now. But I legit thought that the same person who voiced Ada was gonna be an RE4 remake. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think they were gonna change that fast. But maybe they just didn't see something they liked or anything. Maybe that she wasn't gonna be a good fit. Maybe something happened behind closed doors. We don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's Capcom. They make changes all the time. I wish it could have been the same girl, but hey, we gotta give this new girl a shot. We gotta give her a shot. And I'm all about it. Like, at least we can say Ada still looks good. You know, they kept the same character model, but we don't know who the voice actor is yet. I want to give her a shot and give her a fair shot. What we've heard so far, I haven't heard enough for me to convey anything just yet. So I don't think it'll be annoying, but we still don't know. Next question is from the homie Ali. He said, what got you into Resident Evil? And I think I answered this before. I was 6 years old, day off from school, but the main thing that got me liking Resident Evil was zombies. I love zombies. Night of the Living Dead was one of my favorite classic horror movies. Of course, you know, Halloween is my ish. But as you guys can see. But no, like zombies was what got me. You know, Resident Evil 1 and then Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. I was like, okay, I love that zombie-ish. I love it. And it was cool. It was really cool. But that's the main that got me into Resident Evil. And then of course, as time went on, I fell in love with the story. I fell in love with the characters, and then here we are today as a fan of Resident Evil. But that was the main thing that got me into Resident Evil, was like the main villain at that point, was the main like obstacles were zombies, and I love zombies. Next question is from the homie Henshin. He says, dude, not RE related. Hey, it doesn't have to be Resident Evil related, just a simple question, my G. And he said, did you play Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? It's awesome. I will gladly answer that question for you, and it's right here. Yes, I have played it before. The video didn't get too much traction when I first did it, so I stopped playing it, but I actually had a ball playing it. But it was one of my older videos. That's why I tell you guys, is hey, I don't just make Resident Evil stuff on here. Look at previous videos. Maybe I played a game that you guys are interested in seeing me play. I don't know. Now this one right here, this is the last question, okay? And I saved this one for last. And I even told him that I was going to answer this if we achieve 3K, because it was a very good question. It was from the homie User SF, but we're gonna just say User. He says, if you don't mind me asking, Griff, what video editing software do you use? What kept you going to build your channel when you had no following in the beginning? And in the last part here, so you can probably answer these questions on stream, etc., etc. And User, if you're watching this, I told you, I promised you I was gonna answer this question for you, but I saved it for last because it's a good ending for the video. I did answer the first one for you. If you guys are curious, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. That's the video editing software I use. As for what kept me going, and I answered this earlier in the video, and there's two things what kept me going when I was getting no following. One, I absolutely loved doing it. I understood, and that's the thing about me being a realist. You're a gaming content creator on YouTube, and there's already hundreds, if not thousands, of gaming content creators doing the same thing, playing the same games. What you're gonna get is either a different outcome in some games, or a different personality in those games. A lot of people don't watch YouTube content creators or gaming content creators because of the game they play. They watch them because they love their personality and they want to see how they play in the game and how they do. And as gamers, we like to see other people play the game and see different strats or different things that they could do. Or as some of us, we like to see some people struggle and rage and stuff like that. Let's be real, some of that is entertaining. But So I understood that. I understood that it was not going to happen. I earned my first subscriber on my very first video. And if you guys didn't know, if you guys look in the link in the description, that's his profile right there. He was also the very first one to comment. So I understood that my channel was not going to grow that fast, of course, because it was another gaming YouTuber coming out the cut. What do you expect? But I enjoyed doing it. I liked what I was doing. What kept me going was because I have a dream on what I want this channel to provide and what I want this channel to do. Like I said, saving lives through gaming. Saving lives through gaming didn't come up until later. Is in the video content mind. Like I had the thought, but I didn't know like how I could voice it out, you know. But what kept me going was that I understood that my videos in my channel was not gonna get a lot of following. And I understood that because YouTube has been out for years. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber, etc., etc. But it kept me going. One thing that kept me going was because I just love doing it. I love doing it. I was having a lot of fun doing it. It was really just a hobby. And that's what I will always tell people. Like it for a hobby at first. Like love what you're doing, because if you're just in it for the money, considering you know how slow you're gonna do, you're gonna give up really fast. Like I said, we're about to hit 5 years of making videos and we just hit 3K. And a lot of people's numbers, 3K is small compared to the big YouTubers that we see nowadays. I 100% get it, but when you're just starting out, that is a proud achievement, especially in the gaming space. And I think the biggest thing that kept me going with no following, and I answered this earlier in the video, is that what if that next video was the video to take the channel off? Not a shout out from a YouTuber, not a shout out from someone big on social media or another platform or anything like that. Just what if I made a video and it took off? That happened. Granted, it was some years, but it happened. And I just did not want to give that up, because I remember hearing that and I was like, just what if? Because at the end of the day, guys, and I'm gonna end it right here, what hurts me the most, we could have had some great content creators if they just didn't give up. I'm pretty sure there's some content creators out there that have tried and they thought that they failed, but they just stopped too early. We could have possibly had some amazing content creators. They just didn't give up and they didn't stop. I want to be part of that next generation of YouTubers or gaming YouTubers that people can know and love. I want to be part of the next one, and I hope we can achieve that. And what we're doing right now is the start. Thank you guys very much for allowing me to achieve 3K subscribers. I hope you guys keep loving the channel. I hope you guys can understand I'm not just a Resident Evil content creator, because I see people say that. I'm like, I don't just do Resident Evil. But I know you found me because of that. But when people say that, hey, it does mean a lot, because I love Resident Evil. It means a lot because it's my favorite franchise, of course. So it feels good. But I don't want to confuse you guys and waste your times that hey, I'm not just a Resident Evil content creator. I'm a gaming content creator. I do other stuff. I play other games. It's just right now we're thriving off of Resident Evil, and that's a good excuse for me to get on these Resident Evil games. You know what I'm saying? And plus, in the business mindset, it helps the channel get pushed out there and get more numbers and get more eyes on the channel, and hopefully get some people that would love to see me play some other stuff. And a lot of you have told me we don't want you just because Resident Evil is your personality. And thank you guys. I sincerely appreciate that. I know a lot of people are here mainly for Resident Evil. I respect that. I respect that too. And I'm 100% okay with that. But I do want to let you guys know before the end of this video is that I was looking at some other Resident Evil content creators. I see some comments that would say, I wonder where your channel would be after Resident Evil 4 Remake gets released or it dies down, everything like that. No one has ever asked me that. No one's ever asked me that. It's been nothing but love and positivity from you guys. But I do want to answer that question. I do know the growth is going to either stop or slow down significantly once the hype dies down for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I do know that. And I'm fine with that. I'm a realist. YouTube is a business, and when it comes to YouTube, it's all about entertainment or research, whatever you guys are here. I know the channel is going to stop growing at the rate that it is once the remake gets released and the hype dies down and everything. I know that, and I'm fine with that. I would love for it to keep going, but I'm 100% fine with that because I understand that that's how YouTube works. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to keep the growth growing, but I understand that if I can't and it slows down or it stops completely, I may even lose some subscribers because of that when I stop. I totally get it. I totally understand it. I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to make videos. I don't want to stop. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up on you guys. I don't want to give up on people that really want this channel to take off. And most importantly, I don't want to give up on myself. I have been trying this hard and for so long for the past 5 years, and we finally are gaining some traction. I don't want to stop. And I'm not trying to like chase that high. I just want to make entertaining content for you guys, because the more I keep doing it, the more people could still be coming in. It may not be at the rate that it is right now, but it can still keep occurring, and that's fine. I'm 100% cool with that. But I wanted to answer that. You guys didn't ask me that, but I wanted to answer that as well because I did see that, and I do want to let people know that I'm highly aware that this channel could stop growing significantly as it is once Resident Evil 4 Remake gets released and the hype eventually dies down for it and other games come out. I'm 100% okay with that. But at the end of the day, I hope we continue to keep thriving, and hopefully we can help some people along the way. But thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys dab up that like button. Subscribe to your own Legion during the Griff Game. This is Griffin signing off. My name is Silent Humble Professionals. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.